So over the course of working with hundreds of people over the last 2 decades, including, yes, myself in my own healing journey, one of the most common things that comes up as people start to engage in a program like this, or with a mentorship or coaching, any protocol, one of the first things that I've noticed is people not accepting where they are. That's right. So oftentimes this is an unconscious block, but sometimes it can be conscious, where we, in some shape or form, believe or perceive ourselves as not where we are. Some of that is the wishing of our will to think our situation is different. Some of it is just simply like not happy, not in what I like to say at peace with where you are. And let me give you a few examples of this so it really rings true for you in your understanding and how you can come to that place of acceptance with yourself and where you are. Because until that happens, it is a massive block that doesn't allow the healing force that we're trying to cultivate, that we are engendering every day in the process, whether it's through the diet, the qigong, and the unconscious beliefs in our coaching work. We have to first really be in a place of self-acceptance. So for me, I'll use myself as the first example, was when I was sick, really sick. I had already gotten my degree in Chinese medicine. I would say the better part of almost 2 years, there was progressive decline in my health. When that was happening, I just went into practitioner mode. And I started like self-treating, whether it's through the herbs, treating myself with acupuncture, doing like crazy amounts of qigong, thinking I was going to heal myself. And all of those things on their own, there's no problems with. The problem was me. Problem was I was not accepting where I was. I was just shooting ahead like an arrow moving into the future, thinking, oh, I just need to take these herbs and I'll get better. But I wasn't coming to a place of accepting that actually what I was experiencing was a lot more debilitating and concerning. And I needed to give it not just my attention through qigong in this way, right? Because the person that was doing the qigong was coming from a place of panic and anxiety. And we'll talk a lot about how those unconscious beliefs and emotions really drive the actions into who we become. So I was completely unconscious of that, and I was reaching out for this, reaching out for that. But the number one thing I was not doing was accepting where I was. And until I was able to really come to my moment of truth, which was actually when I flipped my pickup truck during mud season on a back road and almost killed myself. Thankfully, I was fine. I got out of the car and it was like down to my knees praying. Thank you. Like, thank you for debasing me to this level that I had to really let go of all those strategies, all those attempts at trying to heal myself and just come to acceptance first. You hear this a lot in the language of people when they are suffering a lot. Why is this happening to me? Why can't I be like so-and-so? What did I do wrong, right? You hear how all that language that you're using or they're using is not connected to the experience. It wants to be out. It wants to be out of the present moment. What did I do? Was it something I did in my past life? Boom, I'm out in the past. Oh, if only I could get to this place, I'll feel so much better. I'm in the future. I'm not in my body. I'm not in the present moment. And I'm certainly not accepting where I am in the present moment. Another example of this is a client I had for a while. And this client, reason why it was for a while is because in the beginning, they just kept almost like denying where they were, thinking they were so much healthier than they were. Oh, no, that's not me. I don't have a chronic illness. But then when you start evaluating, you know, like they don't sleep well, they have blood in their stools, they have a irritable bowel syndrome, ulcerative colitis, they can't eat certain foods. If they do, they almost have to be hospitalized. The mood swings, the migraines, the unhappiness in their relationship. All of these are just symptoms from a nucleus that was not at peace. And until that person was willing to accept where they were, all of the work we were doing was just batting at it. It was not landing. It was like ricocheting off of that. And that's why this is the first video you're getting, so you understand the depth and importance of that. Now, over the course of the weeks, we will spend more time coming to this place of acceptance of where you are, acceptance of the present moment, trusting that, and eventually being at peace in that moment. And once we can be in that place of peace, then we're on solid ground. We're no longer on some illusionary sense of self that is like quicksand, that every time we try to build something on, it just goes down. We're on true bedrock. And then once we hit true bedrock, through this self-acceptance, then we can start to build something that is solid, that is concrete, and again and again and again, till finally we have a solid foundation. So my exercise for you this week is I want you to take some time with yourself. If you're able to, get out in nature, put your devices and distractions away. No, this isn't like get out in nature and we're gonna hike up to this mountain for this time, or we're gonna explore this place. No, I want you to do nothing from out there. But I do want you to be in nature, because nature has a resonance, a harmonics that helps us get back into the present moment, into where we are. So sit out in nature or a comfortable place in your home. And what I want you to do is begin by just putting your hand on your chest. Just even doing that now, for me, I get these waves of energy. So I just notice I'm here. I am here. And I allow myself to just feel what's present. Oftentimes in the beginning, there's like a stasis, a stagnation, an energy that's kind of on the surface because we've been busy with our day, with so many responsibilities. That's okay. So just sit with that. Take a deep breath, and gradually that will lift. And then maybe you'll become aware of some pain, some discomfort in your body. So see if you can just be in acceptance that that's there. Not trying to fix it, not trying to figure it out, but just simply to be with it. So much of issues we have when we are sick and suffering is because we're trying to be or not be somewhere, but to just simply be here. And as you do that, notice there may be some emotion that might come. There may be some strong narrative that comes in about you should be doing this, you're being lazy, or whatever it is that comes through. Just ask that part of you to step aside so you can be more fully with this present moment. Notice what happens to your body as you do that. Gradually, I want you to practice this every day so you feel very grounded, you feel more centered, you feel more at home in this space. And notice all the distractions, the mental chatter that wants to pull you out of this experience. This is part of the sickness. This is part of the root of this pathology. This is why this is so important. Once we come to a place of accepting this present moment where we are in time and space, a lot of the static that has been consuming our chi starts to fall away. And I would say this is one of the most essential ingredients in our healing journey that we need to come back to time and time again. So do this every day, and we'll check back in our next session. Thank you all. Have a blessed rest of your day.